This is a Killa Kev production.
And we are live in Pasadena, California for a time-honored tradition, the 113th edition of the Tournament of Roses Parade, presented by Metabolife. As we usher in the first day of 2002, roughly 1 million people have lined the parade route ready to view one of the great New Year's Day spectacles. These folks right here, especially the president and the board, they dedicate much of their lives really to this parade. I mean, here is a man who has spent 34 years serving as a volunteer for this Tournament of Roses, and now he's the president.
And I just found out that he visits every hometown of the band. So right now we're looking at the Detroit All-City High School Band, and he must have obviously gone out to visit them in Detroit. These guys are so cool. I don't know if you can tell, but they actually have Detroit and Motown, oh, there you go, embroidered on their uniforms, which is very funky.
This is a band that grew from a program for inner city kids in Detroit. And every one of these bands appearing here in Pasadena at the parade is a band that has won many
numerous awards.
And that's how they get here. Become known, gain a reputation, end up strolling down Orange Grove Boulevard and making the turn onto Colorado Boulevard on New Year's Day.
Hello, welcome back to Pasadena and the 113th Rose Parade.
I'm Doug Davidson, and because I'm sitting here with Candace Kruger, Miss USA, a lot of folks are calling in and asking if I'm Mr. USA. Well, no, I'm not, but it's understandable. It's an honest mistake. Don't you think so, Candace?
No comment. But here's more floats, bands, horses, riders, and excitement of the Rose Parade 2002.
What's a guy to do?
Making its Rose Parade debut, here is what may be the biggest band in the lineup that marks today. The Detroit Public Schools All-City High School Marching Band. There are 313 of them, 270 musicians, plus 21 flag bearers, 8 dancers, 2 banner carriers, 2 drum majors, and 9 directors.
And I'm flexing my heart out over here. Look at those guys. Speaking of Mr. USA, maybe one of those guys, wonder if they know they've got 5.5 miles of this. Oh, that's fabulous.
Hey, the crowd loves
Isn't that great? They're a newly organized band made up of the cream of the crop from 20 high school bands in the Detroit area. Now you can see Detroit embroidered on their uniforms and Motown on their red capes. So you know I'm not pulling your leg. Royal blue tuxedo-style coats, trousers trimmed in red and gold.
What do you think about those pom-poms on the hats? Those are pretty cute.
It's the sound of the Motor City. Making their debut in the Rose Parade is the Detroit All-City High School Marching Band. This newly organized group is composed of the top musicians from 20 high school bands in the Detroit area. The band has performed at the Wayne State University football halftime show and in the Michigan Thanksgiving Day Parade. And hopefully we can take a listen here.
That's right. Doing some high stepping there. Those young ladies must be a little chilly. But I guess if you're really
They're warming
marching,
up quick, I
you're
think.
warming up. And in fact, the Detroit All-City High School Band was selected since Ron grew up in Detroit.
And notice how they're right behind his car. I wonder if that was strategic planning. Got his hometown backed him up. .300 members picked from schools, high schools all across Detroit, making the Motor City proud. Although you'd think they're from Detroit, they'd be in cars. Yeah, you would think that, wouldn't you?
But that wouldn't be a
Not allowed by the
a marching band.
No, not allowed. The only cars, actually, that appear in the Rose Parade are those that carry the Grand Marshal, the Mayor of Pasadena, and the Tournament of Roses president. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
3 cars only allowed in the parade.
Did not know that.
Ha, ha, ha. The things you learn. Where's Regis? I'm taking over.
That's right. That should be a question in Who Wants to Be a
I'm
Millionaire?
taking over.
Man, that is a great sound they've got.
They do, don't they? And some energy.
Or should I say all the produce?
Well, you
Something like that.
produce and good. Hey, from the Detroit area, let's welcome the Detroit Public Schools All-City High School Marching Band. There is 313 of them. They are colorful and they're noisy. Let's go down and listen to them from Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me in the morning.
This is representing 20 high schools, by the way.
Don't you know they're appreciating this weather?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There they are making the turn. 313 total. Director is Benjamin J. Pruitt Sr. This is the Detroit Public Schools All-City High School Marching Band representing 20 high schools. And it is definitely warmer here than it is in Detroit today. It's supposed to be 23 degrees.
That's the high.
That's the high.
Wind chill's probably 10 below.
This band has a special connection with this year's tournament president, Ron Oakham, by the way. They're from his hometown of Detroit, Michigan. And they're playing a selection of, what else? Motown songs and others. This is the Detroit Public Schools All-City High School Marching Band. This band's appearance in America's Thanksgiving Parade last month in Detroit was the first time they have ever participated in a parade. Now listen to that. They look like they've been doing it for years. They're just wonderful.
Benjamin Pruitt Sr. directs the All-City Band with a little help from 9 assistant directors. In addition, Florida A&M Band Director Julian E. White works with the band in an advisory capacity. Someone's been telling them to do it because they're doing it right.
It's just wonderful. Detroit Public Schools All-City High School Marching Band.
And they're getting it on. Drum majors are doing a great job up front, boy.
Wonderful work.
Yay.
Of the Tournament of Roses. It's been that way for, well, as long as I can remember.
Now, here comes one of the bigger bands in the parade. Not the biggest necessarily, but it's 313 people from the Detroit Public Schools, and it's an all-city high school marching band.
Yes, you know, this was the first time this band was ever created. It was created basically for the parade because Ron Oakham, the president, is from Detroit, and he put this thing together.
Well, let's give him a shot.
There's another blue uniform.
Oh, look at these guys. They're having a ball.
They're in about 30 degrees more than they're used to at home at this time of the year.
I was amazed to find out this is a new band, by the way.
Yes,
Brought in musicians from 20 different high school bands to make up a composite.
And look how well they march. I think that's what's so remarkable about it. They play well, they march well, they got good-looking uniforms.
They've obviously done a lot of practicing. They want to look good for the people in Pasadena.
Well, they do.
Nada en parte por Budweiser. Destapa una Budweiser bien fría y diviértete en grande. Budweiser es para ti. La Lotería de California Super Loto Plus. Más emocionante, más divertido, más gordo. Y por Verizon Wireless. Visita una tienda de Verizon Wireless o llama al 1-800-256-4646. Únete.
Estuvo aquí desde hace muchísimos días planeando todo. Obviamente la planeación de este desfile se llevó a cabo desde hace muchísimos meses. Así que excelente trabajo de todos los compañeros de la cadena Univisión y muy en especial de Los Ángeles, de su canal 34, KMEX Televisión.
Está usted viendo la banda de las escuelas secundarias de la ciudad de Detroit, Michigan. La banda de estas escuelas es una banda recientemente integrada por músicos de primera línea de 20 escuelas secundarias del área de Detroit. El grupo ha participado en los entretenimientos de los partidos de fútbol americano de la Universidad de Wayne State y el desfile de Acción de Gracias de Michigan, entre otros programas significativos.
Fíjate que los estudiantes talentosos han venido a Pasadena enseñando el orgullo que tienen por su ciudad con el nombre Detroit bordado en su uniforme y Motown en sus capas rojas.
313 son en total los que forman este grupo. 9 directores, 3 tambores mayores, 2 portabatutas, 8 bailarines.